Hi, and welcome back to Soul Tears. My name is Sean Block. I am your host. And I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today in this episode. And specifically, I was trying to think about what I would tell myself or tell somebody out there about how can you take some actions practically on gratefulness. I've talked about gratefulness in the past, but what are some practical ways and techniques you can use to be grateful? And I've shared before that gratefulness probably is the number one thing that has helped me become mentally stronger and more resilient and improve my mood. And it's all free, right? But let me share some things that have worked for me that I think can really work for you, or give you some guidance on maybe how to be more practically grateful. Okay? So they always say, oh yeah, be grateful, write down things you're grateful for, which is true. But here's one technique that you can use that I think really helps you figure out what to write. And I call it the person, place, experience gratitude. Very simple. Piece of paper, journal, whatever format you have, and I'll talk about some of those in a second. First, put a person that you are grateful for. It could be somebody currently, somebody that in your past. You know, I was doing this the other day, and I just kept thinking about my grandfather. Victor Block. He's not with us, but I'm just grateful to him because I can just remember so many things that he shared and just an experience of how he made me feel, and it was just really powerful. So that's one thing you can do, is a person. And then a place. Like, we all have places. You probably have a place that you like to go to, or a place, a good memory, or some place that's comforting. I think about this place that I was riding my bike up near Malibu on the PCH. Now, I know it's not probably the safest place to ride, but there's just this place near Point Magoo that is so powerful. It's like I call it a personal vortex. It's a place where there's so much energy, and you're like near the ocean, you're near the mountains. It feels so good. So that's a place that I can think of that makes me grateful. And then an experience. Now, I don't know why I thought of this one today. Totally random, but I think of an experience that I've had. And this happened when I was 18 years old, and went with my best friend at the time, Carlton, and we went to Mazatlan, okay? 18-year-old college kids, and we took a 20-hour bus ride, or train ride. It was hell. It was crazy. But I remember being so grateful to be in the pool once we got there and just enjoy that moment and that experience and that bonding, etc. So think about an experience that means something powerful to you. And if you do those person, place, experience things, it helps you generate ideas so that as you're writing these things down, they're great. So where do you write these things down? How do you, what techniques do I use, and which you can use to like keep a practice and keep it kind of consistent? Well, one is buy a journal. Create your own journal or buy your own journal. I have one that already has in the beginning of the day 3 things you're grateful for. It's the best self journal. I'm not selling it, but I just use it myself. And in the morning, 3 things you're grateful for. Has a nice entries for your day and all the activities you're doing. And that night you bookend it with 3 things you're grateful for. So that's a great place to take and actually record some of these grateful things that you have. Another one is very interesting, and I have to be grateful for I mentioned this probably before, but I have a Slack group of 4 awesome individuals. And one of them, his name's Nathan, is so adamant about every day starting a list of 5 things he's grateful for. He just puts it in the Slack, and then we get triggered. And I have to admit, Nathan, sometimes I'm slacking on the Slack, but almost every day or every other day or so, I'll respond and put things I'm grateful for. So now I have this Slack channel with just gratefulness. And we have 2 other friends that are on that with us, and they're awesome, and they contribute too. So it's just like a group effort, kind of triggering you. So that's another technique to practice your gratefulness, is have a Slack channel or some method like that where you're kind of keeping each other accountable. Another one, and this is not necessarily a written one. This is what I call, this is what I use. The Insight Timer is the tool I use, but I listen to gratefulness meditations, guided meditations that help you be more grateful and think about things you're grateful for. I wanted to point out this on the Insight Timer. If you use that, it is free. And if you look up Jeremy Zinzan, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, it's a morning gratitude and intention-focused meditation. I swear, like, when I'm not feeling good, I don't want to get up or whatever, I can put that on, and it just walks you through, like, being grateful you woke up, being grateful that you're alive, and it helps you kind of process and think about things that you're grateful for. And sometimes I have to listen to it 2 or 3 times. Get the momentum going to get up and get going. But I find that really, really helpful. I've used it dozens, hundreds of times probably in the last couple years. And I'm always looking for other ones too. So if anybody has any other morning intention ones that really grab you and help you, gratitude ones, feel free to tag me at Sean Steve Block, and that's Block with an H. Okay, a couple other just tips. Now, a couple of these I want to try. I've tried maybe once that I want to do more of, but I just want to give you some ideas that people I know use and find it very helpful. One, the toothbrush method. And you can imagine what that is. Every time you're brushing your teeth. Some people say they practice mindfulness during that time. One of the things you can do is practice gratefulness. So you brush your teeth and you think about things that you're grateful for at that time. I mean, maybe having teeth. Maybe being able to brush your teeth. Or whatever it is. The toothbrush method. Because it's a consistent thing, a habit, etc. And one other one that is, I went to a workshop and this person called it the grateful email. And again, pretty simple, right? If you write an email out of the blue or to somebody that you care for, I've done this a few times actually, and the person receiving it, it's kind of funny. The person receiving it actually called me and said, are you in a 12-step program? I was like, why would you say that? Because just the way you wrote the email, so grateful, and this, is there something you're apologizing for? What's going on? And it was kind of interesting. So I got into that kind of mode. That was kind of funny. But I was reading on this Soul Pancake, which is another amazing thing you should check out. They kind of talk about the science of happiness. It's a channel. It's pretty cool. But they think they did something similar to this, and I don't have the exact facts in front of me. But they found that people were happier that were actually doing these things. So to sum up, it gave you some ways to think about gratefulness in terms of practically. I used the person, place, experience method. And then I talked about ways you can track it and ways that you can experience it, either written or just, like I said, listening to meditations or that type of thing. So I hope this helps you. I was thinking again about things that have helped me, and I just wanted to share with you some of the lessons that I learned. So thank you so much for listening to this grateful episode on practical ways that you can be grateful. And I would be grateful if you shared this with somebody else that can benefit from this experience or from these tips. And again, feel free to hashtag, not hashtag, well, you can use hashtag, but reach me at Instagram at Sean Steve Block, and I'd love to hear any tips you have on ways you can be grateful and how you manifest that gratefulness in your life. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for spending time with us today. You can connect with us on Instagram at Sean Steve Block, and that's Block with an H. And as always, if you can change one person, you can change the world. We'll see you next time.